Good morning, all. Today we are doing ladybugs. Yes, you heard me, ladybugs. And I have two thermal polishes here. One by Fairy Glow, and it's 4228, and I have one by Here Find. It's a chameleon thermo, and it is 5723. One looks kind of more like a flame effect, and one's more like pink, red, purpley. Now, what I want to do, see, this one is red. This one's probably more of the orangey red. Goes from a deep red to an orange. Oh my, excuse me. Let me get a drink. Oh, excuse me. Whew. So what I want to go ahead and do is paint my tips. Now, I don't want to do all the tips the same. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a few full, and I want to vary these colors. I don't want the colors to all be thermal the same way. I want to have a little bit more color in it. So maybe I'll do, I'm trying to decide, I think I'll do this one and this one. So you can choose which ones you want to do. And of course, I want to go through and do 2 coats just to get that really good ombre thermal polish effect. So we can go ahead and stamp on our ladybug effect. But there is a couple of things we are going to be doing. I think with this one, I'll paint it full. The red, but I think the other one will be different. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cure those. So I'm just gonna randomly paint where I'm gonna want the paint to be. A couple of the nails I'm gonna want to put on little circles, and I'll show you why when I get there. But at this point, I'm going to let those cure and figure out which ones I want to do on the other hand. And see, and I'll show you what color we're going to do on the background of the ones that are going to be a little bit different. So I'll be right back and we'll start from there. Okay, so now everything's cured. We're gonna go ahead and do our stamping of our ladybug. My fingers are not really working right this morning, not sure what's going on, but we're going to pick up our image, and on just the ones with the color, I want to get the line down to the bottom. So I want to get this little line down to the bottom. I'm going to leave this open for a reason, because I'll probably go in with paint after, just to touch up all the lines, make it a little bit darker, in case there's anything missing, any little lines or dots I want to make a little bit harder, rougher. I like using stamping, but I also like adding to my stamping a little bit, so it doesn't necessarily look like a stamp. This one I'm going to move up just a tiny bit, so I can add a few more dots and finish off the top. I might even add some little eyes, I'm not sure yet. Depends how my thing works out. So I also have put out a little bit of red and black paint over here. Uh-oh, someone's not happy. I'm telling you, I'm having a hard time with this plate today. I don't quite know why. It's like not listening to me. And I don't think I should blame the plate. It's probably me. One of those days. You know, when you have one of those days. My bigger one is up there just trying to wake up the baby for school. Normally that would be me, and this morning she decided, oh, Mom, I'll go get her for you. I'm like, oh boy. She doesn't like the mornings at all. Okay, so I'll do this on the last one. Right, there's our little ladybug imprint. And like I said, I will be going through and touching that up. So now we're done stamping. No more stamping. Stamping drive me bananas. Okay, so all that is done. Now, I have a little spray bottle of water here. I want to add that to my paint, about 3 swipes. Because you want your paint to flow well when you're doing stuff like this. I also want to make sure I got a smaller brush that's got good clean end. I find some of the brushes that I use, no matter which brush I use, it doesn't matter how much times I clean them or try to take care of them, they get to a certain point and there's like no going back. So now here's where you go in and do your lines and stuff like that, but I also want to do my little trick with my little sponge, especially on one like this. Now I want to pick up red, and I'm going to go blot. And then I'm going to go over here and go blot. So I'm literally just making a big circle. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect because you can clean it up a little bit, but I just want it to be off. I don't want it to be completely right on. And maybe another partly one here. Something like that. And then over here, maybe. Now I'll have to let this dry very well. Put one down in that corner. And I'm always wondering if I want to go a little bit smaller on some of these, but honestly, I like big. I like the big because then you can make it look like something. When things are so small, sometimes it's just no fun. No fun. Even on this one over here, I want to try to get a fairly big ladybug. Cool. So now I gotta let that dry really well before I start going with my other black paint for those ones. I'm just gonna brush that off a bit. Now I want to go in and touch up the black on some of these. I like my black to be black, especially for something like a ladybug. So I'm just going to go down. Now with my dots, I'm not going to touch my dots yet. My dots will be done with a dotting tool. Never use a brush on your dots because it just makes a bloody mess. Dotting tool's the way to go. So all I'm doing is filling in the top of there. Following my line down nice and gently. There. See, and there's a lot of things that on my stamping I'll use just as is. A lot of things on stamping I'll use as like a stencil, just to give me an eye line of where I'm going to put my paint. Because I don't necessarily want, like, just, if you can see the difference. Here, let me show you. There's a difference between a nice painted nail and something just put on with a stamping pad. It totally gives it a nice look when you've painted, taken your time to like up your game a little bit. Like, it really does. It really makes a big difference. And I don't know about anyone else. Me personally, I like that nice crisp lines. I like things to look nice. Like, I've taken my time to like it's okay to stamp. Like, if you're going to be doing something in a background or something like that, it's not so big a deal. But when you're going to be doing something and the general public's going to be seeing a lot of it, you should take your time and just kind of make it nice. And that's what kind of makes all the stuff special that you do, right? So now I'm going to go in with my dotting tool on the little dots. You'll notice when I go in and do something, I'll do one thing at a time and kind of come back, work my way around again. That way I'm not like back and forth. It takes so long if you're going to be back and forth all the time. But I notice this way it kind of saves me time to do it kind of like this. Look at that, it's so pretty. It's so cute. Now, at this point too, you can also decide if you want to go in and put some nice cartoony white eyes or something if you want to make it more cartoony. This set, I think I want it to be a little bit more edgy than cartoony. So I think what I'd like to do is not put eyes on it. I could just go put white, fairly nice white-sized dots, and then a little bit of black on the inside. Maybe give it a shine in the eye. And I really could make this look very cartoony, but honestly, looking at it, it looks like a fairly nice set, and I don't want to make it look too childlike this time. Even though that's fun, this time I want it to look a little bit more professional than kitty-like. Even though my kids will probably be like, where's the eyes? It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'll probably name them anyway. Okay, that's looking fabulous. Okay. So at this point, I really need all that to dry very well before I move on. So I'm going to take a quick little break. Hey, you, get back there. I see a little mocha. There. I'm good. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to take a little break and let everything dry, and then I'll be back and we will complete these beautiful ladybugs. See you in a bit. Okay, let's get to the fun part. Okay. So those ones are okay. So now we want to go to these ones. These ones, we are going to build a little... I just want to clean my brush a little bit just to make sure it's nice and wet. Okay. So I'm literally going to build a little bit of black on there. Then I'm literally going to do what my other nails are doing. Oh, there go my dogs. I want to build that down to look like a little... There, so you can kind of see what I've done there. And then, of course, I'm going to go in with my dotting tool and put on my little dots. So I want to do that all the way along with all of them. And I'm just literally building that little black part there. As neat as I can. A little small one here. There, something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep doing that all the way along, and I'll meet you back here when I'm done that. Okay, I've got the black on. Now I'm going to go in and do my little dots up here first. I could probably do the other ones too. And I want to do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. I'll show you what I've done. Now I put these little dots here. I'm going to make little antennae. Antennae, whatever. And I just like them on ladybugs, only putting the 3 dots. This one's really small, so I don't think I'm going to put this bigger dots here. I think what I'll do is I'll come in with a smaller dotting tool if I've got one. Hey, 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 they're hearing a dog outside. Oh my. My little ones. They're hearing something out there. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing this and I'll be right back and see what's up with that. Okay, I've done all my painting. I've added my little antennae. Going in with a little bit of white and just adding like a little bit of like I guess you'd be like a shine, like from the sun, or light hitting them, just to give them that little bit of like glossy look. See it like that, so you could see. So I'm just doing that on just all the ones that I've added. I've added as extra around, just to, you know, sometimes that little extra little bit there can just add so much more, because then it looks like the sun is hitting them, or there's light behind them. See, something like that. Okay, now I think I am done. I don't think I want to, like I said, I don't think I want to add the eyes, because I like them just like this, like real like ladybug, not more cartoony. So now at this point, top coat. So I'm going to go ahead and top coat, and I'll give you a reveal shot, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, here are our finished nails. Very pretty. Ladybugs it is. So nice. And I will see if I can get the thermo change to happen, so you guys can see what that looks like as well. And I will see you next time. Okay, and here is the thermo change. So you can see how they kind of take on a lighter hue, some of them, and the red really changes back really quick, but they're really cool. So, okay, I'm going to try to take some shots, and I will see you next time. Bye.